Hello Steelers, welcome to this very special game of What a Cowboy, but it's not really What a Cowboy because I've got my very own friendly cowboy over here, Dean.
Hello.
Hello there, Dean. This is what, Dean? Tell us all about it.
This is What a Cartel,
yeah.
which is a game I've been waiting for years. I've had the figures for quite a long time. It's a fictionalised alternative history continuation of the real world drug wars, Mexican drug wars.
Mm-hmm. We like drugs here, don't we?
Yeah, well, we love drugs. Very Moorish. The scenario is the world's changed because what basically happened is the Morada initiative, where basically the US, because they were funding the cartel so much by their citizens paying for drugs, provided help to the Mexican government. In this alternative reality, it hasn't. So Mexico's in a semi-civil war with the cartels who are trying to create a narco state in Mexico.
Okay.
So we're playing with the Mexican army rather than DEA.
There will be a quiz at the end of this, so pay attention.
They've got slightly more limited resource than the real world Mexican army would actually have, and the cartels are slightly stronger than that. We're suggesting that the supported by other Central American and South American countries. So if it looks a bit odd for a drug war, it's because it is. It's fiction. So this is the village of Santa Poco. This is our objective.
Yeah.
Narcotics. So the Mexican army is attempting to pull these narcotics off the board.
I'm playing the Mexican army, just in case anybody was unaware.
So it's you've got to land there, get a task, and get off the board. So it's actually quite difficult.
Well, I've got this little Humvee, haven't I? Which is the Humvee that could. I've got to get all the way across there, get the narcos, and get out.
And get out again.
But I've also got a secret weapon, haven't I?
Yes.
Because
if you manage to get. Once again, the resources are limited, so it's not coming on the board like it normally would do in a real life scenario. So as you start loading up, you can call in close air support from the UE.
Yeah.
It's controlled by a tactical air controller.
Yeah.
Which is number one. So if he goes down, you're not getting a UE. You're gonna have to do it the hard way.
Yeah. So basically, my unit is very small. It's 5 men.
Yeah.
Led by our air controller and 4 of the guys, isn't it? And then the Humvee.
Yeah.
I've also got, these are your pesos, the reaction tokens, aren't they?
So, yeah. All your guys are trained, so you're definitely the quality side.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, other mass, we've definitely got the quantity side.
Yeah,
so it's 3 units with 2 squads each. Once again, not a real life scenario because they've got rocket propelled grenades, probably the most dangerous thing. But the best we've got is the low levels, so they've got 1 reaction token each. Yeah. We've got 4 ambush points on the board, which we're allowing the cartel members, the Sicario, to actually appear as a reaction.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be off board for a lot of this game.
Yeah.
And we've all got. Oh, I've got 1 asset card.
I've got 3. I think I have.
Which 2 plus the air support, which is really good playing in certain scenarios.
He knows I got the air support. He doesn't know what the other things are.
Yeah.
I looked in it, and I'll tell you now, it was a thermonuclear weapon. So that's all to play for, I think, later.
So the Mexican army is trying to provide evidence so they can raid the village of Santa Poco with about higher force and take down the infamous El Guapo.
El Guapo, the man himself, right? That's what we're looking for. Okay, right. Well, what we'll do is we'll crack on with the game and we'll show you some highlights, I guess. Yeah, just a quick update there, very quickly. Is we were going through the cards, were we, Dean?
Yep.
Lots of cards. Basically, my card was the second to last. You got 1 more, and I just floored it with the Humvee right down to the village.
Turn it down the road.
Let's go for it. So what's the last card? Just pull that.
The last card is the green unit, Unit B.
Are you pulling them out, or are they going to stay?
Well, that's going to be. He's coming out.
Right.
And he's coming out as a reaction, so he can come from any point.
Right.
So I've only got 3 dice, but you can't react to it.
Yes.
Because it's an ambush.
Yeah.
And you've got to know that Unit B, the green Unit B, is a rocket launcher.
Great fun. Right, so he's going to come out there.
He goes within 4 inches of that.
4 inches.
So let's just see where.
Tip up.
So I've got
roll.
2 spots and a shoot.
Okay, 2 spots and a shoot.
It's no good for the rocket launcher. It requires 2 aims to fire.
But you spotted it. Well, the thing is, you spotted it.
Well,
until I move.
Yeah. So I've spotted him. That's all I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I can't shoot.
No, because you need to aim.
You don't need to aim. It requires 2 shoot dice for a rocket launcher.
Two shoot dice.
Yeah.
Right.
So my plan too actually. So what I'll do is I'll just hide him a little bit until such time as I wanted to use it further on.
Right, we've come into a second turn. So far, 2 cards have been pulled. You've pulled out another guy on an ambush, haven't you? And then also you just pulled out your...
The guy who popped out of ambush last time is just going to pop up and he doesn't need to spot.
No, he's spotted already, hasn't he? So I haven't moved yet, so you don't need to respot. But this time you've got 6 dice.
Yeah, so this could be a fast.
This
could be a fast game.
Let's have a look. See if they burn mine up or not. See what we got.
So we got a move. We got 3 aims. We got a shoot and a shoot, so I can actually do a shot.
Yeah, because it takes 2 shots, doesn't it, to do that?
Yeah, to do a rocket launcher.
All right.
RPG. So I'll just flip him over, just make sure. So just make sure I'm doing everything right on this first. So RPG minimum range of 6 inches. We've got that. 3-inch blast. Roll as normal for wounds with a +2 to the dice roll. That's just if you do it firing people. Requires 2 shoot dice to do. Always out of ammo when fired. Ignores body armour and heavy body armour. It's a single shot, so you can't use auto fire. And it's an anti-tank weapon, so it's got 10 dice against your arm 3.
Oof. Do you think it's going to be still around after this turn? Oh.
So I've got 3 dice, that gives me... You can't aim 3 times, can't you?
Yes, you basically get pluses for it.
It's firing at a large vehicle, because the vehicle's counted as a large vehicle. And it's... oh, sorry.
So you've got a +1 for aiming at a vehicle. You've got, what, 3 aim dice?
3 aim dice, that's +4.
So...
It's looking for a 5 up.
So with a +4.
Yeah. It can still... 1 still misses.
Yes.
And you've got no dodge.
So. Yeah, because I'm a vehicle. Roll our dice.
2. So 2. Did it.
6, so that's a hit.
Yeah. So I'm now rolling up my 10 strike dice.
I'm rolling up my 3 armour dice.
Number of this, 4, 5 or 6 for me, you're 5 or 6. Compare the number of strikes. So I'm 4, 5 or 6, you're 5 or 6.
Let's have a look. I've got 0.
Oh.
And you've got?
3, surprisingly 3.
Only 3. Well,
so
in most Too Fat Ladies games, a 3 is a knockout.
3 strikes is vehicle destroyed.
Yeah, I thought so. Right, so we're just going through the vehicle has been destroyed.
Yep.
But now we need to know how many hits we've taken.
We're using passenger rules because there isn't any real, so we've kind of made some up.
Right, so let's just have a roll. A 1.
So one person is going to take a straight roll on the hurt table with a +3.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 re-roll.
Yeah, this is to see who's taken our hit. Number 6, re-roll that. And number 3.
Number 3, so that's
Unit A3.
Unit A3. So let's go on to the strikes episode. It's +3. So roll the dice.
This guy was obviously
likely going to be a critical wound.
I thought so. I've got a 4, +3 is a 7, I think that is.
Yeah, it is a critical wound. So place a suppressed totem next to the
well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these out on the table anyway. So he's going to be. That's the one who's just taken a. So he's suppressed, and then he also takes a wound as well, I guess.
So critical wound. Place 1 action dice in the shock pool and remove 3 action dice permanently.
Right. So
that's guy. So you move.
So this is on these special cards.
So I said remove 3 permanently, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that takes him down to 3.
Yes.
And then you place 1 into the shock pool.
Yep.
Which does it like that.
Yep. Just shows something's in the shock. All right.
So quite devastating. And he may bleed out.
Just realised that I've actually got body armour as one of my assets. He was wearing it, old Tony. So basically that cancels out the critical wound down to a shock. So I've rechanged that. So basically he hasn't taken as much bad damage as we thought.
Yeah.
The vehicle is still gone, but the rest of the squad have now jumped out of it. And I do have reaction tokens as well. Okay. Right, so first up, let's just talk this through. So first of all, Dean's big lad has come out here, hasn't he? He's
ambush point.
So you roll 3 dice, and you've got an aim and 2 shoots, haven't you? And you're going to try and shoot at my fellas. What I've done is I've played a reaction token for your fella here.
Yeah.
Front guy number 1, A1 here. So he is going to react, and when you react with fewer fewer dice. 2 fewer dice. So I'm going to roll these. Okay. See what I get for my my actions. So I've got a 1, a 2, a 4 and a 5. Now because I'm professional I can change one of those into something else, can't I?
Yeah.
Right, so what's a 1? A 1 is a move, a 2 is a spot, 4 is shoot and a 5 is a shoot or reload. We're within 12 inch,
yeah.
We've already ascertained that, so I've already spotted this guy anyway, so I could use 2 shoots on him,
yeah.
or I could also move and then shoot. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot at you and then I'm going to move.
Let's declare a shootout by throwing my hat into the...
Right, so you're now spending a reaction token.
Yeah, it's now...
You've got far fewer than me, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've still got the... Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I've still got to use those dice.
Yeah, that's your...
But now we roll out to see who goes first.
Right.
So take your dice to one side first, so they remain.
So there.
Each character rolls d6 and adds their level. So you're 3 and I'm 2.
Yeah.
The one with the highest score goes first.
Right. So I get a +2, do I?
Yeah, and
you get a plus.
No, you get a +3. I get a +2.
Yeah. So basically, I got a +1 over you, haven't I? 6. You can't beat that. 6 for 6.
Right.
But that still means I get to go first, though.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so we're just working out in the rules what goes on. Dean can't re-roll his dice. He basically uses the dice. He basically used up that reaction by trying to get a reaction.
Interrupt the interrupt.
So, as I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my a 2 is a spot, so I don't really need that. I am professional,
yeah,
so I can change that.
Yeah.
And I think I will do. I'm going to change it into an aim first of all. So that turns that into a 3. Then I'm going to use that aim to aim at this guy. Then I'm going to fire.
Are you just doing single shots, or are you not going fully?
I'm going to do two single shots. First one aimed, second one non-aimed.
Yeah, okay. You're not going fully auto. That's what I'm asking.
No, because if I do, I'd roll 3 dice, and then if I roll 1s, then I'm out of ammo, or I need to change. I'm not doing it. So first one is going to be an aimed shot.
Okay.
So it's going to give me a +1.
So looking for a 5 up.
Come on, baby. 6 becomes a 7, which I think is a critical wound. Okay, so you're going to try for a dodge.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and jump behind this cover here.
Yeah.
6, he's dodged. So you move back behind there, but then you become suppressed.
Yeah, so that's screwed up both of our actions.
It has. However, I still have another shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that other shot at this guy here with the RPG.
Now, he's not in cover.
Yeah. So I'm just going to fire the same shot, and this time
it's just a wild shot.
Wild shot, yeah. So I need a 6 up, I think, don't I? For this one.
5 up.
1.
That's a miss, always going to be a miss.
Yeah, yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use that 1 move, and I'm going to move him up to here out of the line of sight from those ones.
2d6.
So yeah, it's just a normal move.
First initial move.
That's 5 inches. I think that should make it. Yeah, he's there. So not only has he shot at somebody, made him duck, shot at someone else, and then has disappeared off behind the corner. Just so you know here, folks, another turn. Dean has deployed another small team this time. This is a it's what called henchmen in the original rules.
Yeah,
what are they in this? Squad, isn't it? Yeah. In this one. So 3 men basically. They've got very poor firepower, haven't they? And they just muscle. So you've moved these guys up to here.
Yeah. Jumped off from here.
Yeah. Over behind that building.
Moved them off here.
So I'm going to react with A5. I'm going to spend another react token.
So I'll take those to one side. So that was unit D4. Yeah, okay, so I'll just pop them there. They've got no reaction token, so you're pretty much safe with whatever you want to do. So you get, he's not wounded, or he's not wounded. That's the driver, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So he gets 4 dice, doesn't he?
Yeah, not much of a job if you're beyond driving at the moment.
Not really. Right. Ooh, look at that.
5 5s.
And a 2 as well. These are professional, aren't they?
Yes.
All of them. So I can change that.
Well, you can change 1 dice into anything.
The 2 is a spot. I think I'm already within range of you. Let's just check. Just on 12 inch, so I don't need a spot dice. Yeah. But what I want to do is I want to bring them down.
This is not going to be a long range firefight ever. I don't think we're going to be spotting much.
Not really, right. So what I'm thinking of doing is, just to say it out loud, I'm going to put some fire down on them, probably with these 3, and then I'll probably change that into a 1 as a move, and then get out of the way again.
Just fully auto it.
I could do, Dean, but then I would probably be empty of ammunition. But I can reload.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I'm going to. So first shot.
The only thing is, there's different on here that's not really made point. But do you know when you jam, it takes 2 reloads. So how many dice are you throwing originally?
Right, first one I'm just going to fire with my first 5.
One.
So I'm going to use 3 dice for that.
So it's...
One is out of ammo, isn't it? 2 ones are...
So you're shooting at a squad, so you get +1. So you're looking for 5s up with +1.
Alright, let's have a look. We've got 2 6s and a 2. The 2 doesn't do anything, but the 2 6s are 7s basically, aren't they?
So the 2 6s are 7s, yeah.
Which I think will probably get rid of some of your men, won't they?
Right, so let's just do 1 wound first.
It says when a critical wound has been inflicted.
Yeah, so it's a critical. So it would be so the press target would now the would be suppressed because of the critical wound.
Yes.
You got it. So then the next read out what critical.
It says when a critical wound has been inflicted, do not roll on the critical hit table. Simply remove 2 action dice permanently and place 1 action dice in the shock pool and place a suppress marker on the group. Immediately remove a figure. So you take off 4 action dice in total, 2 action dice into your shock pool, and take 2 figures off. So basically you're down to 2 dice, both of which are in your shock pool, which you've now got to put back in with your dice when you roll them. And so I don't think you can, because you're out, aren't you? Actually?
Yeah, so there's no actions. So that's what you mean there. So
yes, so you're taking off. You're down to 4.
Yeah. So you took off 4.
Yeah.
So that takes me down to 2.
Yeah.
And then I place those 2 into there.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's good. And then I take
take 2 figures off. Right. That was my first shot.
Don't run down road with a squad.
And I've got another shot, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go full auto again, because it seemed to work, didn't it? I may as well just finish it off, really.
And you're still firing at a squad, so it's
still so I still +1. So this time not as lucky.
No, nothing.
No hits. So I'm going to try again with the final one.
Okay.
With my final 5, and then roll for that. So same again, +1, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a 6. That is a wound.
Which is when a wound is inflicted, permanently remove 1 action dice. Well,
there's a second action dice in the shot pool, and then
they're gone, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
Because my shock is they're going to be taken off because my shock has exceeded my.
Yes, it has. Yes, they will disappear anyway. So that's wiped them out. Right. Finally, as Dean clears the table, I'm going to use that move action to also move and then fall back, and you've got to declare where you're going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back up to here onto this wall. So it's just a 2d6, and that's 9 inches. So yeah, that's more than enough to get him up there. So 2 reactions were pretty good there, weren't they, Dean?
Yeah.
Depends on what side of the table you're standing, I guess. Yeah. Right, okay, so Dean, what have you done? You've just brought out this squad, haven't you, first?
One squad here. Nothing. They had nothing really to do, so I put him behind cover. And we got a squad here, which I converted one of their dice into a move to take up onto the top of that.
Because you've got a 6. So what I'm doing is I'm reacting over here with number A3.
A3's not the wounded one, is
he? Yes, he is. So he's actually got 5 dice. Yeah. So we've got to drop that down to 3 dice for his reaction. And he's also got shock as well, so I need a 6 to get the shock back off him, back up to his full dice. So let's roll, see what he does. I don't know how far this will go, but I figured trying to react to them at least is the best thing to do. So I've got a 6, a 4 and a 2. Okay. So the 6 is I can draw that shock off him.
Because the shock's only in this game is to if your shock exceeds your action dice, you're off
you're off the table. So I've used up the 6 to get rid of that shock, and then I've also got a 2 and a 4 as well. I didn't need to get rid of that shock if I don't want to, but I kind of wanted to. Now you are a level above me.
Yeah.
Normally I'd be able to spot you within 12 inch.
Yeah.
And I am within 12 inch, aren't I, with you?
You are within 12 inches, yes.
But you're a level above, so I need an actual spot dice to spot you. And I've thankfully got a 2. So
I'm just checking it is level above. Target is IA +1. There is a piece of cover there as well. I know you can't see it, but I'm behind the walls.
On the adobe thing. Okay, so
you would need another spot dice.
Okay.
It's higher and behind.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? What I'll do is I'll put that back because...
Put that shock back on.
No, I'm going to keep the shock on. I'm going to take the shock off.
Yeah.
But I'm professional, so I can change one of these into something else. So I could either turn that 4 into a 2 and spot you, but then I've got no reason.
Yeah.
I can't really do anything with that this turn anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move out a line of sight from you.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn that 2 into a 1 instead. That's the better thing to do, I think. Well, no, actually, I could fire at your man with the RPG.
You could do, yeah.
And then move.
Yeah.
I don't need to spot him because he's on the same level as me, 12
he's already
inch.
previously spotted, he's not moved or anything like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to use that 4 to fire at him, and I'm firing full auto at him.
Yeah, do you want me to take them out of the base just for aesthetics?
Yeah,
because they are actually just behind a low wall.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so I'm going to shoot at him. So it's just going to be a normal shot. Okay. So I'm looking at 5s up, aren't I?
Yeah, you're doing auto?
Yes, full auto. Of course.
Fully auto now.
And we've got a 2, 3, 4. So no hits.
No hits.
So I'm then going to use that 1 to move this guy, and he is going to jump out of the way and join his pals again up against that wall.
Welcome to Mexican Mogadishu.
That's it. So that's 10 inches he's got. Actually, I wanted him out of the line of sight of those, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move him back to behind this wall up here, in fact. So he should know. The plan is to get him out of line of sight of those, which he currently is.
Well, yeah, I would say so. Look at that. We look. If I'm at eye level there, I'm looking at that building.
Yeah, there's a building in front of him. Right, okay, so that was my reaction.
Excellent. Have you thrown your action token in?
Yeah. Let's just go through this. So Dean's obviously changed targets because my fella ran away.
Yep.
And you're now trying to fire at this fella here.
That spot now I can use for that because I'm higher now.
You are. That's A1. Now, I need to spot you, and you are, I think you're over 12 inch away. Yes, you're over 12 inch, so I'd need 1 spot dice. You're also up above, so I need 2 spot dice, and I need a third one. So I'd actually need 3 spot dice. I'm only going to be rolling 4 dice. So is there much point in me doing it?
Yeah, no. Unless you get a random shot back.
Yeah, yes.
You're just going to weather the storm.
I will do. So do you want to roll in? Roll your.
So of course I'm doing fully auto.
But what are they? They're just firing normal, aren't they? So they're hitting on 6s basically, aren't they?
5s.
5s up.
Yeah, 5s up. So they're not. They're effective. They're in effective range.
Yeah.
Because they're always counted as in 60.
That's it. 5 is a shock, isn't it? A 6 is a wound.
1 shock.
So 1 shock. So I just take that off.
Just make sure that is just shock on its own. Shock. Remove 1 action dice and place in the shock pool. So you just.
And I can replace that with a 6. Yeah. And I'm hanging on to my reaction token.
Okay.
Quick talk through this. So another
squad,
a load of units has appeared here, and what they've done is they deployed up against the wall. Who are you firing at, Dean?
This guy here.
This chap here, the one that ran away.
Yeah.
So he is behind cover. So you need a spot dice. He's within 12 inch, but he needs an extra spot dice because he's in cover. So you rolled that, didn't you? What did you roll anyway?
I rolled a move, a spot, and a shoot.
That's right.
Didn't need the move. Needed the spot.
Yep. You've still got to move if you want him to take it afterwards.
I suppose, yeah.
So it's there for you. So you're firing at me.
Of course.
I will do a duck back on that when you fire.
So no reaction?
The problem is I'm burning through my reaction tokens.
Yes, you are. Go on.
So let's have a look. I've got a guy here.
Yeah.
He's A4. He hasn't reacted to anything yet.
No.
So I am actually going to react with him, yes.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spend all my pesos immediately.
Right, so let's remember with that, so which squad was it?
So these ones here.
So let's just put it back to them. So it was C.
So it's your dice.
So I got a move with a 1 and a 5 that were left.
And this time I'm up against the cover, you're behind cover, so I will need a spot dice to spot you, and then anything else. Because this guy is not wounded or anything, he's getting his 4 dice. I'm a professional, so I can change any of these dice, and obviously any 6s as well. Right, so we've got a 6 is good, 1 is a move, 2 is a spot, so I spotted them, so I'll just take that out because I'm going to use it. 4 is a shoot, and a 6 is a wild dice, which I can use for anything else.
Well, it's a tactical dice in this game.
So I'm just going to hang on to. I'm going to. Do I aim at them? No, there's no point because they're a squad, so I get a +1 anyway. Shooting at them.
You get another +1.
It would give me a +1, but then I could also fire again if I turn that into a fire dice, and I could also turn that move into a fire dice as well potentially.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick those 2 to one side for a minute. I'm going to use that fire dice first of all to fire full auto, of course.
Of course. What's the point of having an assault rifle?
No reason. So I need.
I'm glad to give everybody pistols and seeing gases and stuff like that.
So I get a +1 on these, don't I, on each one. So I'm looking at 6s here. So I've got a 4 becomes a 5, 5 becomes a 6, 2 is nothing. Right. So that is a shock and a wound.
Which on squads becomes, it's easy to read it. So when shock is afflicted, place one of the group dice into the shock pool as normal. So that becomes 5. that becomes 1.
And that was your shock, wasn't
Yes.
it? So your wound takes an action dice off.
Off permanently.
Yeah, permanently. Take a second action dice in the shock pool as usual. And every time 2 action dice have been removed permanently, take a figure from the group.
So that's actually took me down to 3.
Yeah.
3 with 2 shocks. So they're teetering.
They are.
And
So
then 1 figure comes off.
yes. No, not until you lose 2 action dice. You've only lost 1 permanently.
Yeah, because that adds up to 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that was this is why I'm waiting to see what happens with these dice. So
Oh,
first
I
of all,
should have ducked back.
you can if you want. Go on. You can do it retrospectively. I'll let you.
Forgot it.
It's all right. So yeah. So you're looking for a dodge back on here. You're in cover, so it's a 5 or a 6.
No.
1. No, they
Rest
haven't.
token goes on.
So yes, we take that hit. So I'm going to now. I've still got the 1 and the
Just
6.
gets the press token, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you tried to dodge, I think.
Yeah.
So you get the 1 and the 6. So I'm going to turn the 6 into a shoot dice because I want to hopefully retain that 1 and maybe move it. Right, so I'm going to fire my second, and obviously full auto. Let's have a look. Right, we've got a 5, a 6 and a 1. So that converts to a 6 and that converts to a 7. The 1 on its own,
Yeah.
don't think it does anything, does it? I think you need 2 before you jam.
No, number 1's out of ammo, but the hits have been caused.
Yes, that's it, yeah. And a 2 is out of ammo and no hits are caused, is it?
So you'll need an out of ammo token on him.
Yep. So he is currently out of ammo, but I just need all I need to do is change that with I can reload with a dice anyway. So I've actually hit them, so I've caused a wound and a critical wound.
No wound.
So the wound is 1 dice off and 1 dice into the shock pool. 1 dice permanently off. So that's now 2 dice permanently off for them, so that takes 1 figure off.
Yeah.
And then you've got, for your critical wound, you take 2 dice off.
I think it's save
So another figure off.
Save your energy.
So yes, you drop right down because of those hits. So
Save your energy.
just knock those out completely.
Yeah.
So
It is if your shock exceeds your action dice, you gone, aren't you?
yes, you run off.
The two susceptible to death.
So I've still got a 1 left, so I can use that to move, or
You can change it to a
I'm
reload.
going to change it into a reload and say that out of ammo off. So that was a good reaction there. Right, so Dino has pulled a few cards. You've got a couple of
Just pop the unit. I've got my fingers
guys.
burnt.
Yeah. So you put
Lesson
these
learned.
guys on behind cover, haven't you?
Yeah.
But now you brought on this fella here.
Yeah, that's the Yellow Squad's leader.
Yes.
I've colour coordinated them all.
So what you wanted to do with him? You rolled your dice.
I've got a move, I've got a spot, and I've got where I want, which is a nice little
Yeah,
combination
it's
there.
useful, isn't it?
So what we'll do is we'll bring him up here,
Okay.
aiming to get up there. So that's the move.
So if you're going to go past that over that fence, you're going to have to drop 1
Oh,
dice
yes.
off. Remember.
Yeah.
We can also change one of these into a move dice as well. But then that means he's got less to do later.
We'll move him here.
That's probably a bit more. You go 6.
Probably not. That's as far as he got.
Okay, so he's in the open. Now I could react to that, but I don't think I will because he's only got 2 dice left, hasn't he? So he's got a 6 and a 2. So he can spot and he can do something else. He can shoot. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna risk it
Well, I'm going to spot.
because I don't want to use all my reaction
I'm
dice.
going to have to use that 1 spot,
Because he's over 12 inch.
and I'll just do a straight unaimed shot.
Unaimed shot at who are you firing at?
That guy there, which is unit A2. Alpha
2. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I could react. I could still react with him now.
I'll take a pot shot.
Yeah, I'll let you fire at me, and then I'm going to try and dodge. So a 1, it's a miss anyway. So
Boink.
right, let's have a quick sum up here. So we're right down to the last card, second to last card, and it's your man with the RPG, isn't it, Dean?
Yeah.
He has. What did he roll?
He had 5, 2 4s, 2 2s, and a 4. Sorry,
Yeah.
3 4s. That, yeah,
Right,
that was,
so-
it was that.
So he's got a shoot in there. He's got a reload.
So
which
I've
is-
reloaded already.
Yeah. So he's no longer out of ammo. So now he's going to fire.
Well, I don't need a spot, do I?
No, 'cause he's going to fire at the Humvee to cause a
Well,
blast.
next to the undie. So it's a matter of I've got no aim, have I?
No. And you've got to roll spend 2 fire dice, remember, to
yes.
hit as well, haven't you? So
Yeah,
you
I've
can
got
fire once.
I know
So-
it requires 2 fire die
Yeah, to fire once.
So this is it. So I'm looking for a 5 up, aren't I?
We'll roll it in there.
Is it a 5 up on a rocket for a low grenade?
I don't know, you tell me.
+5 to hit on target, 3-inch temple over the centre point, anybody can be wounded. So I'm just looking for a 5 up to get on target.
I'm going to try and dodge with both of those fellas.
Right, okay, well let's do the hit. Let's see if
it hits
first. It's hit.
So that's a 5 up.
So that's going to be there.
I asked him to roll in here, ladies and gentlemen, but he didn't.
Of course I didn't. So that's going to hit everybody.
Okay, so I'm going to try and dodge.
Apart from the driver.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and dodge with those 3 guys.
Right, dodging grenades, is it different? No, because you can move outside, you've got to move outside the blast radius, haven't you?
Yes. You basically can move up to 4 inches.
It says in here that it's only elite and professional may move forward up to 4 inches.
Up to 4.
Yeah, so
otherwise
you move 4 inches to take. You've got to take yourself out of the blast radius for these, aren't you?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to try and
so
jump
who's
over.
doing first then?
So I'll go with this guy here on the front there. So I need a 5 or a 6, don't I? Otherwise, he automatically becomes pinned anyway. Yeah. But let's just see if he does it. 2, no, he doesn't.
So he's in.
So he's suppressed.
This one here.
This guy here.
I'll put suppressed tokens on so we know who's done.
Yeah, so that's that fella. Then the second one next to the Humvee itself,
he's
6 he's dodged.
So moving at
up
least
to 4 inch.
Yeah,
I can.
So he's out.
So he's going to jump behind that cover there and just be suppressed. And then the final one. Come on, laddie.
Would he be behind cover?
4.
Oh yeah, cause
yes, because he's moved behind
4.
cover.
No, so he's in. So it's 2 in.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, he's my man of the match.
It certainly is, isn't it?
So it's wounding dice +2.
On each one of these guys, isn't it then?
Shall I roll them?
Yeah, you roll them.
So
the first one here. So that's a critical wound.
Yeah. Then you roll on the critical wound table to see what he gets. We've been removing them as squads, that's okay.
Yeah, yes. So roll on the critical wound table for him.
That's a 3. Which is a serious wound, 1 action dice in shock pool and remove 2. That might knock him off anyway.
1 action dice in the shock pool.
Yeah, and then remove 1 permanently.
Yeah, so that's still going to knock him down anyway.
So he's off. So he's not bleeding out because that's the more serious effect.
Yes, he is.
Serious wound. Right, okay.
So the other guy, roll for him.
He had a serious wound, didn't he? Light wound. Remove 1 action dice and place it in the shock pool. Remove 1 action dice permanently.
Right, so this.
So you remove 2 action dice and put 1 in shock.
So 2 action dice off, so that's down to 4 and 2 in shock. Sorry.
1 in shock. So it should be down to 4 and then 1 in shock. So you add them all as 5 because he's removed 1 permanently.
Right, just a quick update here. So I've now lost my tactical air support because I've lost your man.
Yeah.
I lost my Humvee. I've got
by the same guy.
By the same guy, yeah, man of the match. I've managed to take down 2 of your squads, haven't I? Not those, knocked 2 out. But we were just discussing this, and it's going to be an impossibility for me to get the narcotics now because I haven't got the helicopter to do it. I haven't got the Humvee to load into, and being able to carry them would mean that I will not be able to actually fire. So this has now turned into an extraction.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is, although I haven't got the initial mission objective, which is capturing those narcotics, I am now going to have to try to withdraw off that table. Dean's got to stop me. If I can get at least 1 man off the table, then it's going to be basically I've done a recce of the village. So
not what it's intended to do.
Yeah, we know what is in there, but otherwise it's not as bad a loss as it could have been.
He was the first man I planted, the first man to set down the Humvee, and then he really set the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, this fella down here, who is currently out of ammunition, but I still don't trust him. Problem is, I've now got 2 fellas who are both suppressed, so I need to clear those off before I can move them anyway. And yeah, I'm gonna have to start heading for the hills, but I'm still outnumbered massively.
I think lesson learnt is take some of your guys out of the Humvee before you start.
Very quickly, yes. Don't just barrel down the road. Right, so let's just see. Man of the match has moved up.
Yep.
Meanwhile, my fellow over here has reacted to that, and what I've got, I've rolled 3 2s and a 5. Useful-ish. I can swap one of these, and I'm going to into a move, but I'm going to fire first of all with a 5.
Okay.
I'm going to go full auto at him. So I do not like that guy. So let's see. We're hitting. I don't need to spot him because he's close by anyway.
Yeah.
So I just need 5s up. So that's a 6. That is a hit. That is a wound. So that's. Are you dodging?
I can't dodge twice, can I? So it's just 1.
Yeah, I can only do it once.
Why not?
Yeah.
So it's 5, 6 in it because it's an open.
Roll it in there for us.
5.
He's dodged, so he can dodge out of the way, but then he becomes suppressed. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that 2 into a 1, and that's going to be a move.
Get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah, 2 right. So I'm going to just move 2d6 as far back 4 inches. Brilliant. Come on. Get out of the way. Right, so he's back to there then. Right, first of all, I'll throw that in there. What's happened is basically I'm running off. So a couple of my guys, there's a couple back here, there's one here, this one is just about to fall back. I rolled his action dice and I've got 2 1s, a 2, a 3, 5 and a 6. I'm going to turn as many of those into move dice as I can, but just as I was about to do that,
my
his
asset
card is an IED, so he blows an explosion next to me as
now
I'm
it might be fine. It's a 50-50 chance. It's a 3+ for it to actually work.
Yeah, I'll see if
Come on, 3+. 6.
6 worked, of course.
So it's a 3-inch blast, indicting D3 hits on any character in the blast. Roll. Come on, 3. And it's +2 wounds.
I'm going to spend one of these moves anyway, haven't I? Because it was while during a move turn. So I'll just get ready for it.
Oh, 1. So I just roll 1 dice +2. And
right, okay, see what it is.
That's a 6, so that's a serious.
That's just a wound, isn't it?
A light wound. Remove 1 action dice and place it in the shock pool. Remove 1 action dice permanently.
And this is Alpha 5.
Yeah.
So
it's the driver.
1 dice permanently, but then 2 in the shock pool.
Yeah.
So 1. So he's down to 4 and 6. Yes.
So it's all right. Ah, well, could be better.
And okay, so now he's going to move. So his first move I'm going to use, and then I'm going to use another dice to move. Then I'm going to turn that 6 into another 1, and then I can also turn another one of these into a 1 as well, which I'm going to. So I'll just turn that.
It's the Mogadishu mile now, isn't it?
It really is. So that's 4d6 for my movement. So let's see how far he scatters. We've got not 11. Very far. I'm an inch, obviously. That IED didn't do him very good, so that's taking him back to here at least. So we're getting him further and further away. Okay, so we got these. This squad here has moved down round, haven't they? And they are taking a shot at my A5. Unfortunately for him, he hasn't got any reactions, but he can dodge. All he'll do is hit the dirt, though. You're firing full auto at him.
Yeah. So 1 hit.
So it's 1 hit, but it's only a shock, isn't it?
Yeah, shock is just remove 1 action dice and place it in the shock pool.
Yeah. So it's 3 for 3 at the moment. So yes,
it's teetering.
I'm not going to try and dodge because I will just end up
being stuck there.
Yeah.
So you're teetering there, aren't you?
Yes, he is. Right, so we've just ended the game.
Yes.
Turn 4.
Yes.
Was it, I think?
Turn 4, 5, something like that much.
Something like that, yeah, it wasn't many. So the 4 lads from my team have managed to actually extract themselves, but they were being closely chased by the cartel members. You can see them up there in the trees. Some of your squads were not getting very far forward, were they?
No, not moving at all.
But yeah, you were kind of chasing me down, and I spent some reaction tokens as well to get myself out of dodge as quick as I could. So Pyrrhic victory on my side. I've been into the village. I've seen that there's some narcotics. I've seen that there's some heavily armed militia in there, very heavily armed in some cases. But I have lost a Humvee, so Mexican taxpayers are going to be paying for that. Yeah. And I don't know how many million pesos that's going to be, but
well, we've played this to see. It's a scenario I just wrote the other night. No, having never played the game.
Yeah,
that's 2 lessons. I have 2 fire teams on. Probably, I probably would. The points value, such as they are right, and it's probably learned the lesson that if you're playing Water Cartel, you don't run into automatic fire. It will take you out pretty sharpish.
Yes, as will RPGs.
Yeah, RPGs. So I think with leave the air support in. I'm going to play the scenario again. We'll probably play this at the club. We'll have a couple of technicals for the cartel players. It's nice to have technicals. Everybody likes a red Toyota with a 50 cal on the back. And what I'll probably do is we'll because that will draw us roughly equal. Put another fire team in for the army, because if something goes drastically wrong, it's a rescue mission then. And then recycle any squads that are taken completely off back to an ambush point. I think that'll make it more of a scenario.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
And it won't be terribly unbalanced.
No. I enjoyed it anyway, even though I didn't reach the narcotics pile. I think it was
game.
Yeah, it was good fun that. And yeah, it's the first time I played Cowboy for a while, or at least what's Cowboy adjacent rules. And yeah, I really enjoyed it again. I've remembered how much of a good game it is. And it's your first time playing it, isn't it, Dean, as well? And you've really enjoyed it.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
just need a few tweaks on this scenario, and who knows? We may even play it again.
We might even play it again. Yeah, swap sides.
Swap sides.
Right, Steel as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next Storm of Steel video.